Cool. Thanks for checking in. I'm your host, EJ Parker. We are Vintage Classic Solutions, my vintage and antique store. My passion, my love. I'm going to scale this tower of glory, of vintage and antique glory. We're going to go through these crates. Why? Because I'm moving some of these things to my brick and mortar endeavor at a place called Timeless Treasures in a city called Mentor, Ohio. So I'm super excited about going brick and mortar. I'm staying on eBay as well, of course, but this is going to be a fun adventure. And the good news is that yes, we can live stream from the antique store. So it's like a museum in there. This is going to be awesome. I'm seeing stars. I'm seeing antique stars right now in front of my eyes, flashing. All right. Put some music on. It's been a fun day. A busy day. I have to go through all this stuff. Let's see. Chalkware dog. I'm checking my eBay store right now. I'm your host, EJ Parker. Thanks for checking in. I am moving some inventory from my garage to brick and mortar antique store in a couple weeks, so I'm getting things organized for that. Going through these crates. Check this out. This is an old Chalkware terrier dog. It's like carnival prizes. This is quite light, but it's solid. Let's see. Wow, I got another one of these. Oh, cool! I just found stuff. Holy cow! There's some stuff in here I haven't seen in a long time. Angels. Wow, there's some T-Rex. Let me see what I got going on here. I got three of these old school T-Rex. These are like late 80s, early 90s. If they're Hong Kong, these are made in China. These are Imperial. Even got the date. Wow, thanks Imperial. 1985. Sandbox Classics. These are Imperial rubber T-Rexes, right? That green and the yellow belly. Yellow. Actually, these are brown, these guys. But they're all 1985, made in China. Imperial. Imperial has become, I believe, Ja Rule. That brand you see everywhere at like Walmart or like dollar stores, Ja Rule. That was Imperial. So I think these are for sale at my store right now, my eBay store. What happens is over the summer, when I'm out looking for antique and vintage items, I will it's like 100 degrees in here and I'm busy multitasking, so I'll just come in the garage and I'll throw what I found in a crate and I'll put it away. And that could have been 2 or 3 years ago. So a lot of I'm rediscovering stuff, and a lot of the things I just completely forgot about. Welcome everybody. Let's see, DC or Marvel. I think both. I'm not gonna discriminate. You know what I mean? But I think. Did I have a preference? I like Batman. Batman's my guy. I love Batman. I even contacted Tim Burton on Instagram, and I'm like, I want to be the fucking next Batman. You gotta do another Batman, and you gotta be me to be the fucking Batman. Come on, I could do it. And he never replied to me, or he didn't get back to me yet. And that was like a year ago, so I'm still waiting on Tim Burton's reply. But I said, what the fuck? That was back on Instagram when you could direct message someone, like anyone that you were friends with. So I direct messaged Tim Burton, and I'm like, hey, you gotta put me in. And I told him why, and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So All right, what else did I find here? There's like a Browns, this is a foam football. Problem with foam stuff is that, look at it, it gets the impression. So if it's not stored properly, your foam stuff, like these things, your vintage foam pumpkins that we all know and love, the O Lantern family, these will get like ruined. They'll get impressed, and that you can't really get that out. So that's, you gotta be aware of your storage of foam items. They won't break and chip necessarily, but they will get, impressions on them, and then that'll pretty much stay. All right, I gotta dig through more boxes. This is a nice. I featured this once. I don't think I listed this. This is a nice trinket box. This really cool, made expressively for Neiman Marcus. So I think that's like a. It's not like a. Could be more of a boutique kind of thing. I don't think it's a luxury thing, but it's pretty cool looking. So that's gonna go. I need to get a rubber band so the lid doesn't fly off. And then what I gotta get next are price tags. I think I gotta go with the string price tags, and then tape it when need be, and whatever. All right. The real good stuff, I think, is down in the lower level of this tower, because that's what I haven't gone through in forever. So that's going to be the interesting, like, rediscovery. So this is a live rediscovery stream. So thanks for joining me. Please subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. I'm your host, EJ Parker. Yours truly, a vintage and antique dealer. On the move. I'm moving a lot of stuff to my brick and mortar endeavor, a place called Timeless Treasures, in a very picturesque historic town called Mentor, Ohio. This is the hometown of James A. Garfield, president of the USA back in like the late 1800s, last quarter of the 1800s. So this I just discovered. This is awesome. I have one of these on my desk upstairs. I love skull stuff, so this is sweet. I probably got this a year ago. This is awesome. I have one upstairs, but the jaw is not articulated. So now I got two. And then Scream stuff is like an icon. Icon of Halloween is Scream. There's a very devout following of Scream collectors. I don't like horror movies, but I do sell Scream stuff. I even collect a few things myself, just because they go up in value. Scream just hit the right nail on the head with the mask. I think what it was, I mean, the maybe certain age groups of folks don't know this, but before the movie Scream came out, these masks you could buy anywhere, and they were like $2 or $3. And so when the movie came out, it was like a horror movie based upon this cheap mask that anyone could get, which was kind of cool, because before that you had Jason and Freddy, all like this makeup and all this stuff that you really couldn't simulate, but this mask anyone could do. So it's kind of just worked out really well. This is going to go to the store. This is perfect for my brick and mortar, because Scream stuff sells. I'm going to keep the skull for myself, and my friend, my tattoo artist, also collects skulls, so it's kind of cool to bring things there and see her display them. All right, so I got to keep digging now. We're going to go to the next crate. So we are live, and I'm your host, EJ Parker, here at Vintage Classic Solutions, my vintage and antique store. All right, so what's in here? Let's find out. This is a Halloween prop that I just use for Halloween. Oh, cool, an old pen. Cross, pens are collectible, so that's good. Oh yeah, there's stuff in here. This is good. Vintage storage items are always great. And this has a name. C.J. Lehman, Orwell, Ohio. Oh, cool. Look at this. This is like an old change thing. Get out. Any old Babe Ruth in there? Man, I kind of want to keep this for a little bit. What does it say? Sorry, no Babe Ruths, you sorry son of a bitch. Hey, wait a minute. What? No, it doesn't say that. This goes something metal box. I don't know. I can't read that. This is great though. I love the patina on this. How the old paint's worn off and it's got a little bit of rust. Oh man. See, this is the problem. This is like the crew of being the antique dealer and collector at the same time. I can't keep it all. Oh man, look at this. Tarot cards. Look at that. Mysterious, occult, the magician. Tarot deck. So I love symbology, and these are just, I mean, this is where it's at, right? With symbolism. They got the little booklet in there. This one was complete. Let's take a look. I have one upstairs in my room that's not complete. But the cool thing is the imagery is so great. You can still do, oh, it's like this plaid background. Tarot deck. Cool, the Hangman. Wow, look at that. We are live in my vintage and antique store. I'm your host, EJ Parker, trying to go through some stuff and move it to a new location where you can come visit me. And we can look at antique and vintage stuff together and muse off it. This is death. Inevitable. It's going to get us all, unfortunately. That's why you got to try your best every day and never give up. You can quit a person, place, or thing that's toxic and preventing you from getting to your goal. But don't give up. Fucking death. You tenacious son of a bitch. I'll meet you one day. So be it. But I'm gonna give life all I got, right? I'm gonna give you fucking no head start on me. You sorry SOB. We got Temperance. We got, oh, look at this one. This is very mysterious and occult. Doesn't even have anything written on it. I don't know how to read tarot cards. I just like the imagery. I mean, do I have time to learn how to read these? No. Queen of Swords. There's so much imagery in here. I love it. Wow. Interesting. The Lovers. This deck is brand new. Some tarot decks could be worth a lot of money, depending upon who, when, and where it was made. So I'm going to put these away. That's cool. These are printed in Italy. Wow. So you know it's good then. So we got the instruction booklet, which is vital because I have no idea how to read these. But I've had friends along the way throughout my life who could read them. So I don't know. I'm curious about these, though. I will say that. There may be a time and a place for me in tarot decks to do a deep dive study, or may not. We'll see. So these, I don't know what to do with these. I should probably sell them, I think. There's more. What else? Oh, what is this? Wow, this is some kind of like, oh wow, cool. Wow, I'm happy I'm keeping this, I think. This is some kind of like icons from like Orthodox Church, and I've been dipping my toes in Orthodox Christianity, but just dipping cautiously. So this is an Orthodox Church and some kind of like small icon box. So that's interesting. I believe this is in the Ukraine, actually. I think I researched this. This is in the Ukraine, this church. I forget the name, though. Here we have, oh, this is nice. I didn't even know I had this in here. This is a Virgin Mary, Madonna, made in West Germany. What's this? Saycraft. There's a few, like Hummel makes these, various makers. These are really pretty. I didn't even know I had this in here. This is great. So now I gotta make decisions. This is the hard part. Like, I gotta get rid of this stuff, so I'm just gonna sell it. I gotta sell this. I'm gonna keep the cards though because I need those as reference. So I have a deck upstairs that's not complete, I think. This box can go. I can sell that. The Madonna. I can sell this too. I buy and sell a lot of these, and I'm looking at some right now behind you. So this can go on the shelf at the store. All right. What else is in here? This. Oh, this I socked. What the heck is that? This I socked away. This is a fake Sid Dickens memory tile. If you know Sid Dickens, you know. Sid Dickens is an artist from Canada that creates memory blocks, which are essentially tiles, art tiles. And you hang them on the wall, and they're chunky, and they're like, I think, 6 by 8 inch. And they look great. I even had, like, I buy and sell them as a dealer, but I felt his catalog is so vast, and he loves symbolism as well, apparently, and they make such cool aesthetics. This is a like a copy. It's not a genuine one. This is made of like resin. His are made of plaster and wood. But I actually bought a few for myself, and they're in my room because they just look so cool. And some are really kind of dark and mysterious. I bought this to do a video on YouTube I think before I even was doing YouTube, about how to detect fake Sid Dickens versus new ones or authentic ones, because I've sold some and you can make a lot of money, like four digits or more if you got a lot of them. What is that? This is something already listed. All right, so this stuff is gonna go, and then we're gonna move on to the next layer. I'm just being cautious that I don't take anything out and not put it back, because the danger in this is this, folks. The things that are listed, these all have names, by the way. So how I list things and find them later is each one of these crates have a name. G44, G396, whatever. And when I put my SKU in my eBay store, I'll put G34 or whatever. So I know when it's sold, it's right there. The danger is if I take things out, I don't put them back, and it gets lost or misplaced. I'll do a live stream and you'll see me go crazy. There may be some entertainment value there, but I'll be going crazy. I'll be talking to myself, going in circles, looking for like a little plastic dinosaur. so there's that. All right, let's move along. Next milk crate. This is not for sale. This is my collection that just floats about my life. Anything that's wrapped already in a box has been listed. So, oh wow, what is this? Oh, it's a trash tray. Now I know what that is. So this is cool. I'll show you in a minute. What else? This is a Murky Realm. A cool little camera. You better keep that. Baby dish. Is that listed? This is old school, like juvenile, like what is like the word like stoneware? This is made in Czechoslovakia. These are cute. What else do I sell? This is listed. Terrapin ale, like those beer things, you know what I mean? At the tap. If you find these for a few bucks, you buy them, because eventually someone's gonna look for one. What else? Oh wow. Pterodactyl. This thing, I haven't seen this in a while. Pterodactyl. I don't even remember this thing. What is it? 1997. Wow. Alright. I think it's listed. Here's another one. Another one of those New Belgium Brewing tap thing. Oh, I sell those too. They do sell. Check this out. I actually dug this thing. So when I find time to pull myself away from my antique store, I go digging for bottles or whatever I can find. I found this. This is a stoneware. This is probably one of the cooler things I've ever dug in my life. This is a stoneware jar, and it's got the crazing. Crazing of this light's not good. I'm sorry. Crazing is that crackle aesthetic. It looks like some like moon of Saturn, but I dug this in the ground, and I love this thing. I think it's listed too. You should buy this. This is good. What was it? I wonder. I don't think it was an ink jar. I think it's like a condiment little jar. This is an ashtray. I have a base that looks just like this. Now I know what it is. It's probably an ashtray. This one's probably made in India. It is made in India. There you go. This has an etching that's not too. It's not too intricate. Sometimes it can be mega intricate. This is gonna go. I'm bringing this. This is going to the store. Bam. What else? Alright, so now moving on to the next one. See, these aren't really even that full. I kind of like hastily stacked these at some point a couple years ago, and they kind of stayed stagnant. Unless I have to dig something out. Uh-oh. Just gotta go in here. Damn thing. Yeah. Put it all back, otherwise I screw up. Fucking screw something up. shouldn't have done that. Let's go back and watch the video and see what I'm doing, where I'm misplacing things. All right, so this doesn't look. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell is that? What is it? Oh, cool. Oh, hell yeah. Did I list this thing? Check this out. It's like an old candle holder. And it's got that little thing to put the flame out. Man, did I list that? That's cool. Gotta have that. Let me get this light out of your face. Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, EJ Parker. We are live at my vintage and antique store. This is where I store stuff, aka the garage. But I'm moving my first endeavor into brick and mortar, which I'm super excited about. So I need to move some of this stuff into that place. Right. What's this? Good morning. I think this is oh yeah, this is great. These are this is lacquerware from Japan. Check that out. Now lacquer, this like shellac is like made from insect derivatives. I wonder if this is it. These are quite delicate and quite beautiful. Let's see. Gotta go back in there. Let's see. Uh-oh. This is good. This is funny. I made this. Four. Good. So, check this thing out. When I was making my Fugio Devils, I made this just on the side. This is gonna go in my store. This is weird. But I think if I sell it, I'm gonna miss it. God dog it. But what am I gonna do? I gotta sell stuff. Otherwise, I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna stack some of these things back. And don't worry, there's way more to go through. There's way more to go through. I mean, there's different genres. I got bottles that way. If you want to see a tour of what this all looks like, this hot mess of glory. My last actual video, I did a little tour. It's an unboxing video and a little tour. So this heart, these are fun to repurpose, by the way. These, the heart-shaped box for Valentine's Day candy. Those are good to repurpose. And of course, if they're old, they can be worth money. I like Valentine's Day a lot. These things have to stack cleanly, otherwise it ain't gonna work. Alright. Good thing is I have so much more room now. I can reorganize. But the thing is I have to record where I put stuff for eBay in my SKU. Otherwise I forget where it's at and then you're screwed. Alright. Thinking out loud. Alright. And then I think this is gonna go my eBay or my brick and mortar neon foam skull. Why is somebody making a sound? What the hell is that? Oh, I think it's just plastic stressing. It sounds like water dripping. Like, I think it's like like that plastic heart stressing the plastic. I hope. Yeah, it is. A great fear of mine would be this roof to spring a leak somewhere I don't notice, and then just to screw up all my stuff. That's the danger when you have a lot of stuff in one spot. But I mean, I come out here in storms and I look around. It's a wood structure. It's quite old for, I guess, USA. It's like 100 years old at least, I think. So I'm just aware of the roof and that kind of stuff because that would be horrible. That, all my money's tied up in all this stuff and it looks like junk to the common person, but it's all worth money. And I'm about to get my money out of it, which I'm super excited about. But that's the danger when you have too much stuff. It gets piled up, it gets damaged, lost, all the above. So out of that pile, I got enough stuff. It's starting to fill out, which is great. This is cool. I made this freaking weird thing over the summer. I love paper mache. This is a paper mache thing, and I got into red. I'm kind of back into red as well, even though orange is my favorite color. This thing just came out of my imagination. Whenever I'm at oh wow, look at this. Like thrift stores, I always grab paper mache items and I always repurpose them myself. Look what I got today. I got this cart. Put this in a cart. Go walk down like the sidewalk. People will give you looks. I don't care. Look at that. Little cart. This is a primitive antique, like little kid cart. Look at this thing. I found it at a thrift store, and I believe it to be really old because look at this. It shows honest wear. The kid, you know what I mean. This is great. It's got a little stencil on the side. It's almost unbelievable, but it's just fun to put little things in this and walk around because it's so ridiculous and it's so old timey. Um, I want to go to the grocery store like Trader Joe's and bring this in as my shopping cart and get my apple and my orange juice and go to the checkout. You know what I mean? And then go to my car with this. And then go back and do it again. You know what I mean? Like do like 10 trips. You know what I mean? With this thing. And then you're done shopping at Trader Joe's for the day. And then I can put like VCS on the back, like tag it. I don't think I would do that. Just kidding. So that's this thing is fun. I'm gonna sell this eventually once I'm done goofing around with it, just because it's so old timey. I love it. And I haven't found one of those before, so So now what? Oh yeah, so I found this tonight. So in my store, I sell a lot of vintage and antique religious icons and relics and statues of all faiths. You know what I mean? I don't discriminate. But in my area, wherever you live, you tend to find that it reflects what you find. So in my area, there's a lot of Roman Catholic folks. A little bit to the east or the west, there's a lot more like Orthodox Christians. So when I go to that out east, I find more Orthodox stuff like this. This is like a Orthodox cross, a lot of symbology. Um, Today I went to like a new religious store, like a contemporary Christian bookstore, and they have relics and crosses and crucifixes. Those items are extremely expensive, brand new. I felt alienated walking through there because I couldn't afford anything. Like resin statues of saints that are brand new, made in China for like $100. Like a resin statue from China costs about $1.50 to make. Trust me, I lived in China for 11 years. So the markup is too vast. It's like what you want salvation, you gotta pay out the nose, motherfucker. Come on. Like I didn't like how the price is so high. So that's why I have a lot of priests buy from my eBay store, and I know that because it's like FR dot whatever the name is, because they save so much money buying a used statue or icons. They're so every time I go into a religious store that sells new things, I'm always shocked, sticker shock. So I'm very happy to resell things to help folks acquire things they need for their faith at a reasonable price. Oh, I found some rings today. I like rings because you never know. This is cool. Look at this one. These black gems. And this one's got a crown and some stars on the side. I like that. It's rather small, but we'll see what happens. It's fun to have a bunch. It's fun to have a bunch of costume rings because they come in handy for whatever. So that's that. I think I'm gonna go get some coffee and then think about specific items instead of vast amounts. I want to kind of get more specific now with some things. So I thank you for joining me, but stay tuned because I'll be going live a lot between now and forever until I die. I wish you a great night, and as always, thanks for checking in.